Dang it.
Dude, that's beautiful. Look at that. The Bollock Diaries.
And I ran out and got my freaking copy for no reason. Because you got a book size here.
I found this at Ollie's, man, for like $10.
Okay, I thought I recognized
$5, I think it was.
I think I saw it one time I was in there. No, I went out and got my copy because I couldn't find. This is the American release, and I couldn't find.
That's one I
couldn't find it online.
What album is this?
Nevermind, the Bollocks.
The Bollocks. It's God Save Sex Pistols.
Pa-da-pa.
Before we get into.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Yes, we're back. The Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bollocks. This is brought to us by my good friend Alex Sorbello, Gyro Universe, the writer of the Gyro Universe. Check him out. He's on Instagram. The Sex Pistols, never mind the Bollocks. You know, in my research, we've done quite a few albums so far. And I had issues because I heard so much about this and I couldn't believe how devoid of issues this album is.
You would think the opposite, right?
Wink, wink, nod, nod. I'm being a wise ass.
There was a few.
This album had a lot of problems.
Yes, it did.
But it didn't seem like it, man. I don't know. The one glaring one, of course, right?
I would say that the issues would be the recording process and the labels and all that stuff. The music itself, I love.
Yeah.
But the whole process with the bass, the bass player Glenn getting
right. That's the one I'm talking about. Right.
And to me, he was the heart and soul of the band. I think.
Yeah, he was like he had the vision of the band.
Very
really put it together. He was the backbone of it.
He had the talent. He had the music writing ability. He was the whole 9 yards.
Why did he get kicked out? Why did he get kicked out?
It was something stupid. I think.
It was something about the Beatles, like
I think he said he was a fan of the Beatles. Yeah, that was it. He said he was a fan of the Beatles, and they kicked him out.
Yeah, it seemed to me like there was a lot of mutual agreement in his exit from the band. I mean, it was just not meshing. I don't know. I don't know if you guys watched the documentary that was on Tubi.
Yeah.
Because Steve Jones had highlighted a little bit about them not meshing for one reason or another, and he brought up the question of if he had remained with the band, if they would have continued on. And honestly, I don't even. If you think about the recording process after he left, why did they even bring Sid Vicious into the band? It doesn't.
No, he
sat
around.
He didn't bring nothing to the table.
He was just there to look cool. He played.
He couldn't even play his instrument. So
no, he played backing bass.
Yeah, basically.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he played like
Steve
a
Jones
quieter
did
bass.
the bass playing.
Wait. Say that again.
He played a quieter bass under Glenn's recording.
So he would get credit for playing on the album.
So he technically get credit for playing on it.
No way. What's up, Old Wolf?
Because Glenn wasn't.
Yes, Sid Vicious. I mean, he was. That's the whole story by itself. He kind of gave what we call punk rock the image that it got and the attitude and the whatnot. But as far as a musician and bringing something to the table, he really didn't belong there. And I think that was the partial demise of the band.
Yeah, I don't think Glenn's even credited on this.
Okay, with you saying that, would they be the Sex Pistols without Sid Vicious?
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
This
because
album is the Sex Pistols without Sid Vicious.
before he was even in the band, they had made waves. They had already gotten fired from two.
Yeah, they already did the TV show where they
Companies
got
Yeah.
kicked out of the
Yeah, the interview.
TV
Plus,
interview.
when Sid came in, this album was like 60% finished. Like he was.
Well, he was only on what two songs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
10 songs were to the other guy, to Greg, right?
I think Steve Jones did
The bass and a lot of them, right?
right because I think at this point they re-recorded stuff, and I think Glenn Matlock was already out of the band.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you guys. I totally agree with you're saying as far as musically, but I think Sid Vicious made them legends, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
did.
I think we wouldn't be talking about the Sex Pistols in the same vein if it wasn't for Sid Vicious. Not saying he was the whole thing.
He was the look.
He was the look, the image, and the attitude.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he might not have known how to play, but they wouldn't have been the Sex Pistols without either one of the guys.
Right. And then once they broke up, and then Legend of Sid and Nancy, that just added to the whole.
This
whole
band
thing.
really was like an urban legend. Like it doesn't seem like it was real.
Yeah.
They made one album. The band member killed his girlfriend, and they just disappeared. Like
They were already
bro,
broke up at that point.
Bro, they turned into like they're legends.
It doesn't even seem real.
It's like you hear punk rock, and that's the first band you think of, dude. They lived it.
Yeah, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
It wasn't an act. They
I think-
lived that shit.
Yep, and I think the whole saying, once Sid Vicious and all that stuff went down with Nancy and Sex Pistols and everything was up, like we said before, the way they acted on that TV interview, they automatically got shunned by, other radio and TV interviews and this, that, and the other.
Not even
And
that.
and that's what hurt bands like the Ramones and stuff like that from getting bigger than what they were, which they should have got bigger than what they were.
And same thing with like the Clashes and
Yeah.
like the Damned. They also got hurt for.
So I think
all that.
once the Pistols broke up and all the stuff with Sid and Nancy and all that stuff happened, I think that's where the whole "punk is dead" saying came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once we got into the 80s, that's when the hardcore punk kind of morphed into something else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, while all that was going on, you had like stores not carrying it, and labels not wanting to sign with them, and radio stations not wanting to play it.
Venues wouldn't book them and stuff.
Yeah, venues not wanting to book them.
That just added more and more.
Exactly.
And like
That's
they
my
were
point.
practically broke. Can't get a gig. Like
What I read in this book tonight is that the Pistols manager,
Malcolm McLaren.
that Malcolm deliberately didn't get the band shows so it would help with the people wanting them more.
The mystery.
Yeah.
Yep.
Malcolm was like straight up like the modern day Colonel Tom Parker, basically.
he really was.
It was the danger that
He helped them in so many ways to get to where they're at, but at the same time, he restricted them in like a lot of different ways.
Just think about, and back in the day, we didn't have the internet. They probably, they were barely, there wasn't even MTV at this time, right?
No.
Can you imagine people talking about the Sex Pistols and then going to one of their shows? Dude, there was a sense of fear, I would think. Of what's going to happen? Are we going to, what's going to, is it going to go crazy?
Who is going to be there? What type of people are going to be there?
Exactly, because, dude, that had to be the hottest ticket. The hottest ticket, bro. and the danger and not knowing, and oh my god, dude.
But if they would have had MTV, they would have blown up even bigger. You know,
I imagine. I could only
because
imagine.
when they did their U.S. tour, it was rough. They did a few shows in Texas and California and stuff like that.
I don't think. Yeah, they barely toured in the
And
US.
those are rough venues, you know, because
Dude,
a lot of people didn't know about them too much.
This is a band that I can't see them going past. It's like very few bands of this magnitude had only one album, right? There's not many, right? That have one album and they're legends, right? I can't imagine this band coming out and they were freaking they just exploded and they faded away. You know, it was not even fade away. You know, they were done. They couldn't have gone on.
The only other
they combusted, they self-combusted, they ignited, and that was it.
The only other band I could think of that had one album and left a pretty big impact was the Germs. They came on the scene, did their album,
and gone.
Darby died, and it fizzled away. That's the only thing I could even put close to that.
The one I'm thinking is
nowhere near an impact of this.
The one I'm thinking is oh my god, dude, Ian.
Minor Threat. You thinking of Minor Threat?
No, man, it's
Joy Division.
Fugazi.
Joy Division.
Okay, yeah.
To me, that's the one that's closest, and they're legends as well.
They only had one album. I thought they had.
I think they had a couple. I think they had
two.
Yeah, they had two, right?
Okay.
But
I asked this.
But the album was released in the UK October 28th, 1977. So it's 45 years old. And November 11th, just a week and a half, 2 weeks later in the US. It was recorded between October of 76 and August of 77. So it had a very extended recording period. That they later attributed some issues to it with that, you know, with the album, to the lengthy recording process as well. It was released on Virgin in the UK and Warner Brothers in the US. More on that later in the show. Produced by Chris Thomas and Bill Price. And Chris Thomas is known for working with the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Procol Harum, Roxy Music. I mean, he's worked with a lot of the big names in the business. Wessex Sound Studios, one of the, I guess, quote unquote popular studios to record in the UK. Bill Price had also worked with, there's your connection to the Clash. He worked with the Clash. He worked with Sparks. Also did a lot of engineer work in the business. So they had some power to create this album. 4 singles. And to me, I think if they would have went with the original plan, which is what the band and McLaren wanted, was that they weren't going to include those singles on the album. I don't know if it would have pushed it as far, especially if they wouldn't have had what we were talking about with Sid in the band, because they're pretty high power singles.
Which one were the singles?
Anarchy, God Save the Queen, Pretty Vacant, and Holidays in the Sun.
Okay.
It sold 125,000 copies in its first week of release.
Jeez.
Which is, to me, that's pretty
cool.
insane considering the situation surrounding the album. And
Yeah, they weren't
the fact
getting
that stores didn't want to carry it, and it was all like independent sellers that were basically carrying
It
the
added to
album.
the mystique.
Yeah.
Hey, Herb. You know what this album is, bro? This album is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, bro.
Oh, for sure.
That's what this album is.
For sure.
If it was only one issue.
There you go.
She's 4.
Well,
Kidding.
maybe not let her listen to Pretty Vacant then.
Or Bodies.
Or Bodies. Yeah. Maybe put that off. Cool.
Oh my gosh, she is? No, stop, man.
I knew she was pretty young.
Are you serious? I just guessed that, dude. No, he's kidding, bro. He's pulling my leg, dude.
It remained a bestseller for nearly a year and spent 48 weeks in the top 75. The album was also certified platinum. It has had several reissues. I mean, classic albums tend to have a lot of reissues. So, and for all intents and purposes, I would consider this a classic album. It's up there with a lot of greats. You know, a lot of best album lists.
Scram, kid, you bother me.
Creeper. He's creeping.
Creeper.
Dear God.
How many times did you guys listen to this album in the month and a half that we've had off?
I listened to it a few times. But I just recently, like a few months ago, went on a Sex Pistol binge where I was just listening to it all the time.
That was during the Highway 61. So when he got done listening to that one for 70 times, listened to this one for 50 times. And it kept rotating them.
See, he's got a good memory.
When I had listened to it last spring,
It's in the
I don't know if you guys remember me saying that it didn't have the same punch at the time as it did when I first was listening to it in my early 20s. And over the last month and a half, that changed. I don't know. It must have been maybe the mood I was in last spring, maybe the mood I was in now. It's more, I guess, relevant to whatever might be going on right now or whatever. But this album kicks ass. Honestly, it I mean,
I concur.
It's hard.
This album has like the attitude that I had as a teen and an early 20s,
30s and 40s.
30s and 40s.
40s.
Dude, this album, dude, when I hear it, it just makes me want to punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
It has that feel
I
to
love
it.
it.
Right?
I love it, man.
I heard this. I got into this album not when it came out, way later. I think I saw the movie Sid and Nancy, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the hell's this?" And I really love that movie. And I saw that movie not too long ago. It's lost a little bit for me, but I got into the music. I was never in love with it, but I loved it. But I wasn't crazy about it. I'm not a punk rocker. I'm not. When this song came out, when this album got picked, I heard it once, like that first week after our show, right? And I couldn't get through it. I was like, dude, I'm just not feeling it.
That's the way I was last spring.
I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this. And I didn't listen to it again until today. I didn't listen to it until today. I heard it once. I heard it twice. And I felt better about it. It's not something I think I could listen to all the time. I don't think I'm not pissed off anymore. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's because you're retired.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what? You might have something to that. I'm just not pissed off. You know what? That's not true because I still get pissed off a lot. I've been getting more pissed off, but just different. I've been getting annoyed at more things now, not necessarily pissed off.
I listened to it back to back tonight, and man, it's getting better for me.
Today,
when I was younger and I listened to it, I didn't enjoy it as much as I do now.
Maybe you appreciate it more?
I don't know. I do. I think I do. Because back when I started listening to it, I was kind of deep into like death metal and hardcore and stuff like that. And like I said, through my later 20s and 30s and stuff like that, I really love this album.
I liked it better today. I think Sid Vicious was. I go back to Sid Vicious, man, because he was just an original. Whatever he was, he was just.
I mean, I agree with that, but I think Johnny Rotten, he was doing a pretty good job of carrying that image himself.
Yeah.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. I liked it more today. I appreciated it more today. I was gonna say something. Now I don't know what I was gonna say. And I'm not even drunk. I'm not even drinking. I'm drinking. I just started. I have a drink and I'm already forgetting things. Bro, I'm old, bro.
Early onset.
But early onset. That's probably what it is. But it is. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Listening today, dude, there's a lot of cymbals in this album, dude. They beat those cymbals to fucking death. It's like, I don't know if you guys noticed that. I noticed it. And I was like, God damn, there's a lot of cymbals. But anyway, that's a tangent. I'm sorry. It's just something I picked up on today.
Tonight was the first time that I actually like read the lyrics and listened to every song. So I was missing out a lot,
Yes.
Throughout the years.
I
don't know if the lyrics was in this case.
No, it's very bare bones.
Silver Night Kyle just put in that Johnny filmed Pill. I actually saw Pill in concert.
I would like to see that.
Strangely enough, I saw Johnny Rotten, so I did experience that, and it was a good show.
What was the other one he was involved with? Is that Public Image?
The Plimsoll. Was it the Plimsolls? No,
that's
not
what Pill is. Public Image
Limited, right?
Limited, yeah, something like that.
Not the Plimsolls, maybe. I don't know. Plimsolls.
Oh, okay. No, I'm getting.
Pill, Public Image Limited. Yeah.
Sometimes I get him and the lead singer of the Dead Kennedys. I get them
Jello
screwed up sometimes. I don't know why.
Jello Bafu.
Yeah, Jello.
Biafra, I think his name is.
Biafra. Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. They're pretty similar. And they both have interesting voices.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a great turnout today, guys. Thank you, chat. Everybody that's watching.
Thank you very much for coming in and dropping some of your experiences in the chat.
I also read too that in that book, and I believe it was around March of '77. It was right around the time, because I think Sid joined the band in like February. So I guess some of the producers and stuff like that, they were out and about, and like Johnny Rotten, and I think one of the producers got jumped by some
I read that
Royalists and Teddy Boys. And the producer guy had a broken nose, fractured his leg, Johnny Rotten got stabbed in the leg and in the hand.
Dude, that was a beating.
And then, like the next night, some other people that was involved with in the studio got jumped by Teddy Boys, I believe. So a lot of people hated him back then.
They were very controversial.
There was a lot of hate, though, man. They weren't the nicest people themselves.
How many other people back then, especially because a lot of them were a lot older, talking about like overthrowing the queen and anarchy and stuff, like in that time period? Like,
bro, you freaking crazy? That's during the troubles with Ireland and all the Irish Republican Army.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
which they mentioned in the lyrics. In the one song. Which song was it? I don't remember.
It's crazy. Yeah, they weren't likable, man. If they were your friends, they probably wouldn't be your friends. You know?
No.
They didn't respect anything. They didn't give a shit about anything.
Not even their fans. They'd spit on them and throw bottles at them and stuff.
Exactly.
That's the reputation they had.
That's who they were. That's what made them.
But what was the West Coast band that was kind of like that? They give shit to the fans.
Black Flag?
No. I can't remember the name of the band.
You know who was probably the worst was Gigi Allen.
Oh, dude. Gigi Allen.
He literally gave them shit.
He gave them shit. He gave them shit, dude.
Terrible.
One fist.
Gigi Allen is probably him and Sid Vicious are up there, right? It's 1A and 1B, dude.
I think Gigi beat Sid.
Yeah, he might have, dude. He might have. He just never got the recognition.
TSOL. Yeah.
What?
My dad had an outhouse, bro, and he didn't do half that shit. He didn't do an inch of that shit. Yeah, Gigi was. You're surprised I know about Gigi. I know about Gigi.
I can't find it. They were in that Decline of Western Civilization. I can't remember the name of the band. that guy was a straight up dick.
Bro, put Gore's comment, dude. It's damn straight.
This one?
Yeah, bro. He never accepted negative.
Hell no.
He'd never get offered one. Let's just say that as well.
No, the only reason she brought him up there was to cut his fucking head off.
Yeah, dude, you're getting beheaded, motherfucker. Who was the band? You still don't know? It's all right.
Not the Germs. What the hell? Well, that pisses me off.
It's all right. It's all right, Donnie.
Anyway,
it'll come up.
Circle Jerk.
Nah.
No, they were in it though. The Germs, Circle Jerks, they were
a lot nicer.
I can't even find it. I don't even see it. That's crazy.
You said West Coast?
I thought they were West Coast. Maybe not. No, wait. Were they from Texas?
Oh, Millions of Dead Cops.
NWA.
Vicious Circle.
Fugazi.
Nah.
They're from Washington.
I think it was MDC, right? Millions of Dead Cops.
Maybe.
The Dead Kennedys.
And then then they had what was it, SSC, SSG in the New England area. They were pretty
the Revolting Roosevelts.
Revolting Roosevelt. I don't remember. Fuck it, it's not important.
Oh.
But I thought it was interesting that with Virgin picking them up. Virgin was a smaller label, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's the guy that just went into outer space.
Branson.
Yeah. And he was the one that made the final decision on releasing the singles with the album against the band's wishes.
Dude, that guy's been around forever, dude.
Yeah, I didn't realize how old he was. He's freaking old.
Richard Branson. Revolting Roosevelt. See, Kyle's heard of the Revolting Roosevelts.
There you go.
Got anything on the album cover, the artwork?
The album cover.
Can't remember the fella's name who
Jamie Reed.
But there was a story about the reason why they picked Nevermind the Bollocks.
Oh, I've read that.
Oh, it was something that Jones had heard two fans saying, and it was just saying just quit talking shit.
Rubbish. But it's also slang for testicles.
Buttocks, not bullocks.
Yeah, apparently in the Bible it was originally supposed to refer to testicles.
I always thought it was buttocks, bro.
Yeah.
Honest. I thought it was buttocks. I thought it was booty. Never mind the buttocks.
Yeah, which was changed to stones in the King James version. And I don't know who it was had said that if they lost the lawsuit, the profanity lawsuit, they could change it to never mind the stones. Here's the section.
Bro, that used to in 77 in 77 that pissed people off, bro. Imagine now. God, have we come a long way in profanity? And
I think the mentors took care of that.
Wow, dude, what that offended people. Wow. God bless. Things have changed. We should play some Cardi B or something like that. Oh, look, Jim grins. He's a fan. He's a fan.
I can't say that I am.
Be good, Kyle.
Later, Kyle.
You guys like the album cover?
Simplistic.
That's what I was going to do. Where's it at? Present.
Definitely
It's simple.
It's definitely not my favorite punk album covers. Tons of way more than this.
But it's iconic.
It is iconic, even for as simple as it is.
Yep.
So this was the UK release with the yellow background and the pink in the Sex Pistols. The US release was the pink background with the green and in the Sex Pistols, like the book that Jim had held up earlier in the show.
I like the yellow one a lot better.
Yeah, me too.
Put yours up, Jim, if you don't mind.
It's like that one's a lot more vibrant.
I kind of like the orange one. I'm cool with the orange.
More like
It's like a hot
color.
pink. It's like a pink.
The pink, I like it. I'm cool with that. I think I prefer that one, but I think it's a great cover, man. Honest, it's perfect for them.
Yes, and I think Johnny Rotten mentioned about it's a plain cover, but all the good stuff is inside the cover.
Well, and for the time, just having certain words on those covers just kind of made the statement that they wanted it to make.
Mhm.
I mean, having the word Bollocks, which obviously caused issues, and then the name of the band, Sex Pistols.
Great name, right?
Yeah,
Great fucking name, dude.
Tough name.
Fuck.
I mean,
And the music they played and who they were, that's a perfect freaking name, dude.
yo,
Yeah,
Schultz.
I did that too. When she died, I played God Save the Queen. I did the same thing. Did any of you guys watch Pistol on Hulu?
No. What's that?
That's like a 6 or 8 show miniseries on the Pistols.
No. Did not know about
I
that.
told you about it.
I don't remember. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
It's pretty good. I would watch it. You kind of get a little insight on on certain stuff.
It's very Hollywoody, like how they like to over embellish things. From what I heard, I watched a review on YouTube about it. There's a lot of things they've left out or added.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu?
Yeah.
Jim, why didn't you tell us about this before?
I
bro?
did. They based the show off of Steve Jones's book.
Okay.
They kind of did that, and they kind of got like you see like certain things on how they come about with certain songs and how they got together and the beforehand. Like basically the show kind of starts off with Steve Jones before they even started the band, them stealing equipment from like David Bowie concert. Like they ran in and stole like some amps and stuff and then ran out.
Is that true? Did that really happen?
Yeah. That happened.
I was reading about the thing that with them and Freddie Mercury or something, or Queen.
Yeah, I think they were in the same recording studio recording the album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Sid walked in and said something about Freddie Mercury about ballet or something, and that got real under his skin. And I forget what he called. It was like, I don't remember.
Dude, how amazing if that would have been filmed, dude. Oh my God.
There's an interview of Freddie Mercury talking about it.
That would have been. Oh, that would have been so good.
I'm trying to find it.
I found it. The band was called Fear.
Fear?
Fear.
Oh, okay.
Fear. Okay, yeah, okay.
That's stuff of legend too.
Lee Ving.
Yeah, like what Gore just said.
Yeah.
Johnny Rotten, he was pissed off because they didn't include him in the making of the show.
No, everyone else got included.
Yeah, everyone else got included, but they shunned him from the whole project.
Really? He was. Wow.
So he's been an advocate against it.
He's like, and he talked about all the stuff that isn't correct about it. And they left out like a lot of things about like the Clash aren't in it. I don't think they even mentioned them. The Damned aren't in it. The Ramones aren't in it, which I feel like was a missed opportunity. Like have them watch their show and then start the band. There is a lot of stuff that's left out of it.
I definitely think it could have been better, but it was enjoyable
For what it is.
for what it is. Yeah.
You want to pull up the single covers, like for Holiday in the Sun stuff?
I don't know if it'll. That can't be right.
Here,
That's
I got
just-
it.
Yes. Yeah, maybe you better. I didn't even think about that doing that.
Which ones do you want?
Hold on. It's Holiday in the Sun, and the other one is. It's pretty vacant.
All right, give me 1 second. I got one.
Yeah, and there's another one for Holiday in the Sun, which looks like that.
What the hell was the B side of that? I can't remember now.
Might be.
That song title, "Holiday in the Sun." It seems like it should be on a different album, not on this album, right?
You want Pretty Vacant?
Sounds
Yeah,
it sounds so happy.
Oh, and God Save the Queen, that one too. See those ones.
I wanna be anarchy.
Monster.
Anarchy.
All right. Ready? Let's do this. Share screen.
Wow.
Bear with me.
Oh my God.
Crazy, right?
What the hell?
Absolutely. Hi, Abe.
Eat your lunchable. Like Nosferatu sound in the background.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it, and then I stopped paying attention.
All right. Is it up there?
No.
Yeah, it cascaded though. There we go.
Okay.
Then let me.
They were into comics.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's like a vacation there. What is it? 3 to 4 days from 39 to 40. 6 days from 59 to 60, I guess. I don't know. You got anything to say about it? You just want to look at it.
I just look at it. I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next one then. You see that one?
Mm-hmm. Pretty vacant.
You can say a lot with a broken picture frame.
Yep. And the most.
That is true. That is very true.
And that's the most famous one of them all.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen. I've seen that.
That's on all the T-shirts and everything.
Yep.
Merchandise.
Can you imagine how like controversial that was?
Yeah.
Like,
I could see a lot of record shops saying absolutely not, especially in the UK.
there was an alternate one where she had a safety pin in her nose.
Yeah.
That one's also pretty famous.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I can imagine that still offends people now that she's passed. With all the love that came pouring out. Oh, totally gore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like right at the beginning of, if you've never seen 24-Hour Party People, that's right at the beginning of the movie where they talk about going to a Sex Pistol show and they're like, this is, Peter Hook and Bernard Summers, being inspired to do something.
Dude, it was funny. Sex Pistols were probably taboo.
Oh, for sure.
The danger, the whole. What are your favorite songs on this album? What's your favorite?
That's tough.
I can tell you which ones are not my favorites.
Well,
I like all the singles off of it. I think Submission. I really like that song.
I'm probably gonna go. I mean, I like 90% of them, like through and through. But besides of the typical "God Save the Queen" and all that stuff, I'm gonna go Bodies.
for me,
I like Bodies.
I think Anarchy is the best song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's just a classic. I like New York.
Submission's too underrated, I think. It's a good song.
I like Submission also. I think New York is probably one of my least. New York and EMI are probably my two least favorite.
17's kind of.
17.
I like EMI.
For me, New York is
Is the
It
worst.
doesn't
I like
stick.
it.
It doesn't stick. It's
Yeah, 17 in New York are
I pass
probably
over it, you know.
I like it because it's a little different than the other ones. The other ones seem to sound a lot alike to
Yeah.
me.
I agree. I agree on 17 too, Jim. 17 in New York, they don't stick. And
Well,
Anarchy in the UK, I've just heard too many times.
Bro, but that song is still so freaking.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
Ah,
I just
that song just gets you.
that's
Problems too. That's another one that's underrated.
That song just gets you like you want to freaking mosh, dude. You just want to fucking
punch a hole in the wall.
punch a hole in the wall, dude. It's like you need to get revved up to do something. That's what you're gonna listen to before you go do it.
Gore beat me to it. That's my favorite. It's just it's something about his delivery in that song. And
I also like Holidays in the Sun. I actually like
how
that.
he gets the C word out there. I could listen to that song in a loop going down the road and just
Crashing into a wall.
crashing into the wall. Yeah, probably. But
Road Raging.
I love that song.
It's a great album for sure. I love it. I'm glad we got to do it.
It's like no other album probably in my feeling. It stands alone, and you see the influence. A lot of people, and of course Nirvana. You see the influence.
Oh, absolutely.
So many bands were influenced by this.
So many bands have gotten influenced by these guys.
I just wish they would have been able to at least cut like another album or two, all together.
Like a single.
Like almost like I would almost wish they would have, after Sid died, they brought back Glenn and carried on that way.
The thing was, like, after he died, everyone was like so like hurt. No one wanted to come back, which was the problem.
They did try to bring him back during the recording process.
They did
but
a
they wouldn't
reunion.
pay him in advance, so he said no.
They had a reunion tour in the 90s, which failed and didn't go too well. And they had one in like
The early 2000s.
Yeah, mid 2000s, like 05 or something.
Why do you think it failed?
Probably just them not getting along.
Okay, so you think it's more them just not getting along?
Button heads.
Yeah, I think so.
Petty stuff. Like,
I mean, if the Pistols formed a show right now, they could be like how the Misfits are doing, man. They can sell out.
oh, they'd be probably doing better.
Oh yeah.
They could sell out all kinds of different stadiums or theaters.
You gotta think, if they kicked out a band member for liking the Beatles, just think what kind of stuff they're doing behind the stage. They're not getting along at all.
No.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Well, it's just like the Misfits. You brought up the Misfits because Jerry and Glenn fucking hate each other.
They hate their guts with a passion.
That's how the Ramones were, but they actually stuck it through. But they didn't communicate with each other.
All four of them hated each other's guts horribly, and they still sit together for like almost 30 years. In this little van, all hating each other. Which I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, Rotten, his wife, she's got all. Yeah, I've been following that.
I heard about that.
He's been trying to take care of her.
What happened?
She's got Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and apparently I didn't know they were together for so long, but I think they got together in the 70s.
Yeah, they got together right after this album came out, like after Sid died.
And got married, and they've been together ever since.
Wow.
But yeah, she's doing bad.
I think they were just they burnt too hot. I don't think there was no way other than the way it happened, dude.
Yeah, because pill, feels weird. It's hard to swallow.
It is.
It was a good show. It was a good show. He's a good front man, but yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's just not the same, and I don't know
right
what he was going for. If he was just the only thing I tell myself is maybe he felt like he conquered the punk thing, so now he wanted to try to create something totally different to try to.
I don't even know what kind of music.
But still be punk. It was like an adult punk,
Yeah.
you know, sophisticated punk,
Yeah, fancy punk.
fancy. He will come out. When he came out, I think he came out like in a checkered suit. You know,
Yeah.
it was like he almost looked like the Joker. To be honest with you, bro, he looked.
But
All he needed was the face paint because with the hair and the suit, he looked like the Joker almost when he came out.
But in his defense, he did the suit thing in the Pistols too.
He did.
But
I'm talking the same. I'm talking like where
Right.
It looks like he's wearing like a oversized waist, and he cut the pants real short to where they're like.
Well, that also goes. Doesn't that also go to Malcolm McLaren? Wasn't he like a shop owner with the trendy, you know, with the punk clothes, and he was selling the image, and he was doing all that shit. So I'm sure a lot of his image early on was because of McLaren.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I think later, when I saw him, I think it was like early '90s, maybe late '80s. I'm not exactly sure. It's been a long time, and he just seemed like he was trying to be more sophisticated, but still being punk, and it just didn't work.
See if I can find it.
Holy shit! I didn't know that his stepdaughter was in the Slits.
Really?
Yeah, it's Ari Up.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
There he is.
Suit dress guy.
Wearing like a tuxedo or something.
He looks like the Joker, dude.
The Joker, baby. There he's wearing like a dang trench coat. Where's the one from the final show? He wore like some weird like puffy sleeve shirt like suit,
Kind of like a meatloaf
like a
attire. Like
A puffy shirt like Jerry Seinfeld.
no, like the tuxedos where they had the frizzle, like
The frills, the things, yeah.
like a 1700s
or
fancy
puffy,
person,
like the puffy sleeves or something.
like a pirate.
Like a puffy shirt. Yeah, the shoulder pads. Did he have the cummerbund? Did he have the cummerbund on?
Hold on.
No, it didn't have the shoulder pads. It was just there was like an excess of material that made it look.
Even bigger?
I can see if I can find a picture.
It was their last live show.
oh, she's quite a bit older than him too.
His wife?
Yeah, 14 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So she's what, in her 80s?
yeah, she's 80.
Wow.
Yeah, they were married in 1979. That's a long time for rock and roll. Like Alice Cooper, he's been with her for 40 years.
That's an eternity. Especially, and then seeing his attitude and everything,
Yeah, right there.
they probably had a pretty special bond, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found it. Hold on.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing towards Jello Biafra, because he formed that thing with the guy from Ministry, Lard, and it didn't go over very well either.
All right. Then there were two.
Number 2.
We got Led Zeppelin and what else?
Zeppelin and Sgt. Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper? No, we did Sgt. Pepper.
No, we haven't.
No,
What do we got left?
It's the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
But which one?
Sgt. Pepper and Led Zeppelin 1.
What's that?
Oh, it is. I've been watching the Beatles on Disney. That
Let it be.
Let it be. Let it
yeah,
be.
Let It Be. No, Let It Be or the
No, get back.
Get back, I mean.
Get Back.
Oh yeah,
That
Let it
shit's-
be with the album.
That shit's fascinating.
It is. It's like one of my favorite things that's on Disney Plus.
Bro, I think I've only seen the first episode, and it's like, God.
It makes you wish that they record every one of their albums.
Oh, just to create, just to see how they create. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I enjoy watching that type of stuff.
Me too. Let's go.
Spin that wheel.
The 50-50 chance.
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Dude, that's perfect, bro.
Is it 1? Oh, I thought it was 2.
Dude, Sgt. Pepper's is the last album we're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
I swear it was 2.
This is the one with the Zeppelin, I believe.
We're doing Zeppelin 1.
Yep.
And then there was 1.
Dun, dun.
No more. Can we spin it next time, even though we know what's gonna happen?
Why not? Sure.
Just for you.
Thanks.
I just want to watch the little fireworks go off.
Hooray!
Yay!
Big money, and stop.
I think it's perfect that the Beatles are the last album for season. What season is this? Is season 2, and then we're going to go into hiatus after this for a year, and then come back. No. Zep 1 is that? Which one is that one?
I think it's one of the Hindenburg on the cover.
Yeah.
Hindenburg.
Oh yeah, the Hindenburg. That's a whole lot of love.
No, that's on 2.
No,
Oh, is it Black Dog?
no, that's 4.
That's 4.
Dazed and Confused, and
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. I could listen. Yeah. And Sgt. Pepper's is number 1. Wow. Dude, I think that's crazy. Imagine if it would have been Whitesnake like the last album. Would we even do a show?
Oh, the best finale.
Will we have done a show? Can you imagine the excitement right now if we knew the last album's going to be Whitesnake?
There's no choice. You have to. Hey, it could have been Tommy.
That would have been terrible. That would have been, or Tommy. That would have been terrible.
They were the last 2.
God, oh my goodness, if they were the last 2. Oh, the pain, the horror.
Damn right.
How long have we been doing this show?
58 minutes and 13 seconds.
No.
Symbols, more symbols.
Just a minute.
Double bass.
Yeah, we're doing double basses as we're doing this. Da, 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 da. We used to do it on Saturdays, and we moved it to Sundays, and we've gotten way more support.
Our first one was just Raul and I, and we did Fair Warning by Van Halen,
Wow.
and that was in October of 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, we came on.
Wow.
Jane's Addiction.
Did you guys already have the wheel when we came on?
No.
No.
At first, we were just picking albums, and then we got the wheel.
Yeah, and then we got it right.
Yeah, I think Jane's Addiction was our first show with you.
Really?
I believe, wasn't it?
That or the Doors.
No, it's Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
More cowbells. Fair Warning. God, I remember that was fun. Jane's Addiction was.
Mike,
They're all fun, dude.
What's up, Mike?
need more cowbell.
Well,
Just
you know what this show needs? This show needs
more cowbell.
cowbell. I got a fever, and the only cure
It's more cowbell.
More cowbell.
more cowbell. And then with his shirt and his belly sticking out. It's so good. Oh, It's so good. Yeah. Don't fear the Reaper, baby. So good. All right, we got Zepp 1. Great final 2 albums. Great final 3, 4, 5. Been some good albums. Not a lot more great albums than not.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. And more albums to come in season 2, which starts
2024.
Sit tight, guys. We'll be back.
In 2025. Oh.
All right, I think we're good.
Christopher
Right?
Walken.
I think we're good, man.
My favorite.
Let's end this while we're ahead.
All right.
Let's end this while we still have cowbells.
Yes. Thanks for coming. Thanks to everybody who was popping in the chat, dropping awesome info and experiences. And never mind the Bollocks. This was the Sex Pistols.
Anarchy.